Hey parents, thanks for joining me. And this week I'm teaching you how to support your child if you notice that they're dealing with social anxiety due to their low self-esteem, right? That they have probably developed or has probably increased because of their toxic friendships. But before I jump into this video, parents, if you've been enjoying this content, if the information I've been giving you week after week is helping you in any way and has been helping you in how to support and guide your children, I want you to go ahead and make sure that you're liking this video and that you're sharing it with another parent, even on your social media pages, so this information can get out to more and more families, more and more parents, and can help support more and more children. So you might be noticing that your child is really standoffish, right? They're very, very timid, right? They don't feel comfortable around other kids or around other people, even family members, right? You can be going to a family function, you can be going out to a school gathering or any other place where there's a lot of people or there are just people that your child doesn't know, and you may notice that your child is acting different. Maybe before they were very social, they were quick to, try to get to know people and be engaged. But now you might be noticing that your child is pulling back and they're even avoiding, getting engaged in conversation and with other people, but especially even other children, right? And this can be for many different reasons, but a lot of times it's because our children are dealing with low self-worth, low self-esteem, right? Low confidence. And it can be due to many factors, but a lot of the times because our children are directly influenced by their environment and they're spending a lot of their time, most of their day around kids at school, if they have formed unhealthy relationships, right? If they have any friendships, any friends that are toxic to them, right? They put them down constantly. They're constantly degrading them. This so-called friend is even bullying them, right? Even verbally or physically. Or this group of friends, they're continually coming down on your child, even trying to get them to be ashamed about doing things that are good for them, whether they're excelling in school or they're really good at, anything else, whatever it might be. Because of the group of friends that your child might be surrounding themselves with, or even those individuals that might be in your child's life that they have connected themselves to, that they're predominantly around throughout the day, right? Because remember, a lot of the times for about 7 to 8 hours in the day, our children are away from us at school, right? And this is a lot of times where our children begin to form those insecurities about themselves. Or you may notice that your child even seems to be having, anxiety attacks when they're around people, right? This is something else to watch out for. This is something else to take seriously. Not to panic about, but to take seriously and make note of so that you can just observe the needs of your children, right? So that's one scenario that you might be dealing with. Another scenario that you might be faced with is that if your child, like I said before, is very social, usually really involved in things at school, and you even know them to usually be the one to greet people or try to go out and, make a friend, they show themselves very friendly to people, even other children especially. But then you start to notice some things in your children, during the school year, whether it's the beginning of the school year, towards the middle, or even towards the end, right? Where you notice that your child's behavior is changing, right? Even their personality is not the same. It can be a lot of times the friendships that they have formed that has caused that insecurity within them to magnify, right? Because there are many times that our children already feel insecure within themselves about different things. It's because they stutter, whether it's because they feel like they walk funny or they feel like they sound funny when they sing or when they talk or when they do whatever, right? So with that in mind, right? With that in mind that your child may already have insecurities, which most people do, especially children, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can begin supporting your child if they're dealing with this. So the first thing I want you to do is begin to pray with your child if you pray. Teaching your child how to pray gives them a tool, right? Gives them a lifeline when they're away from you, when they're away from their guardian, their parent, their siblings that may support them and they know love them. It gives them an opportunity to have an outlet, right? So they can go and pray anywhere at any time, especially if you begin to talk to them and they're sharing with you that they're feeling, anxious and nervous, at school, then you can begin to let them know, hey, you can pray while you're at school, while you're walking up and down the hallways, in your mind, you can pray, right? You don't have to pray out loud if you don't want to. That's just between you and God. And you're actually giving them a tool, right? A useful tool to not just cope with their anxiety, right? But learn how to overcome their anxiety. When you're praying with them, teach them how to tell God about the issues that they're having and ask God for the help, right? And God will begin to communicate with them throughout their day. Whether they're sitting down at their desk and someone is messing with them, calling them names, and they begin to feel that anxiety, they begin to feel that frustration or whatever they're feeling, they can begin to just pray within themselves and say, God, you have to help me, right? Something else that you want to do for your child, look within your community for organizations, whether it's a church, whether it's another community organization, or anything like that, nonprofit organization that might have a group, that your child can join in, be a part of, being a part of a team or volunteering to do anything for the community, right? Serving within the community, maybe with their peers in any way. Look for things like this so your child can begin to get connected to people that are like-minded or that are supportive of them and they feel safe around. And another way that you can support your child if you see that they're dealing with social anxiety is not only getting them connected to a group or a certain team or organization that they can be a part of to begin to build that self-esteem, to not only help them to connect with individuals that are healthy for them, but you'll also help your child to begin to overcome these challenges of social anxiety. You want to make sure to try to go with your child and show them that you support them, right? That you're with them through this. And this will also help you to begin to monitor your child's progress, right? So you want to go there and be supportive, whether it's a meeting or an event. You want to get involved as much as you can, right? As much as you're able to. I know we're busy parents, but even if you get your child connected to a group or organization and you go to an event or a meeting or something that they have, even 2 or 3 times within the month, this will encourage your child. You will help your child tremendously, right? To begin to break out of their shell. You can really help them to begin to be victorious in this area of their development. So these are your tips for this week, parents. Take them, use them. Let me know how it's working out for you. Let me know if you're dealing with any of these issues, and if you need any further support. You can reach me by contacting me using the information below.